Hello everyone, kia ora from New Zealand and welcome aboard to 21 days of meditation. We are in day 20 and week 3 of developing thoughtless awareness. So without further ado, let's dig in. Here we are. For everybody who's been part of this journey and who is new as well, let's check in with how we are feeling before we go any further ahead with this process. So I'd like everybody to sit calmly, comfortable, wherever you are, on a chair, on the floor, and just close your eyes. Put your hands, open your hands on your palm. Take a few deep breaths and just assess how you feel. Just be mindful and pay attention to these feelings so that you can be sure of how these feelings have changed after today's meditation. One full deep breath in and take out all that stress away. I hope you are in full attention to yourself and to this program for today. Right, some housekeeping rules for everybody. The session is being recorded live and there is live streaming on YouTube as well as we speak. Kindly put your mobiles on silent mode and do put your microphones on mute. The chat box will be disabled during meditation, so feel free to type in any queries, questions, or feelings during the meditation, and we can discuss that at the end of the session when we open the floor for question and answers. And the last and final question, anyone here for the first and second time, please raise your hands. You can unmute yourself and we can guide you to the right breakout room. I'll give a minute for that, just in case there is anybody. Nope. Great. I think we can go ahead with the next slide. Lovely. So today's session is all about developing our thoughtless awareness. We've had 3 sessions on thoughtless awareness this week. And today we are going to dig deep further on establishing this thoughtless awareness and making us aware of this thoughtless awareness. It will be with a guided meditation to reach this state, and of course, with our holiness, Shri Mataji's word, enlightening us on how we can achieve this state constantly. We wrap up the session with a nice meditation with some silent meditation and instrumental music in the background. And at the end, we open the floor for some interaction and question and answers. And now let's do some introduction. So our team for today is Auntie Marinia and Auntie Lucy, beautiful leaders in Sahaja Yoga, established yogis, and wonderful souls. And my co-host Abhinav, of course, you know him. He'll be ending the session and taking charge of the Q&A. So over to you, my leads. Auntie Marinia first.
Kia ora. This evening, before we start, we'll start off with raising our kundalini and putting on a bandha. So for those who remember, we're just raising up the left hand and the right hand's coming around again. So upwards, above your head, and tie one knot. And again, going up a second time, wrapping around our left hand, tying 2 knots, 1 2. Again, a third time for our third channel. Tying knot 3 times. Now we're going to put on a bandhan, a rainbow of protection. And starting from our left over to our right. And back again with a rhythm. So Swadhisthana, Nabi, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agya, and Sahasrara. And just bring our attention up to the top of our head and just give ourselves a bit of a massage on top of our fontanelle bone, on top of our Sahasrara. And just feel your Kundalini, raise your Kundalini with your attention. And just see how you feel now and how we're going to feel after our meditation this evening. Next slide, please. This evening we're going to be talking about developing thoughtless awareness. Rather than talking about developing thoughtless awareness, I felt like music is a dynamic force that automatically takes us into that state. And this song that I'm going to sing this evening is called Jago Kundalini Ma. And your Kundalini will respond to the sweetness of this music. So with your attention at Sahasrara, just feel the vibrations and how your Kundalini responds to this song. Jago, 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 Jago Kundalini Ma, Karo Sape Kripa, Jago Kundalini Ma, Karo Sape Kripa, Sahasrara Meake, Sahasrara Meake, Chuelende Vahamasaman, Jago Kundalini Ma, Karo Sape Kripa, Mulatara Metum Beti Homa, Sarya Setum Soi Hui, Icha Hui Bala Tujga, Icha Hui Bala Tujga, Hasil Hatum Jago Kundalini Ma, Jago Kundalini Ma, Karo Sape Kripa, Jago Kundalini Ma, Karo Sape Kripa, Samajo Mama Jame Api, Sapi Shakratum Niranjita Kara, Sahab Sahaja Madhameapi Sabhishakratum Niranjitakara Ganesha Swaya Puja Tujika Ganesha Swaya Puja Tujika Sharanamedari Jago Kundalini Ma Jago Kundalini Ma Karo Sape Kripa Jago Kundalini Ma Karo Sape Kripa Sahasrara Meake Sahasrara Meake Juilenge Vahamasamam Jago Kundalini Ma Karo Sape Kripa Karo Sape Kripa. So the translation to that song is, awaken Mother Kundalini, bestow your grace upon all. With your ascent to the Sahasrara, we shall reach the heavenly heights. Seated in the Muladhara, O Mother, you have been sleeping through ages. We now long for you. You are attainable. Awaken, Mother Kundalini. Penetrate the spiral cord, O Mother. Purify all the chakras. Shri Ganesha himself worships you in full surrendering. Awaken, Mother Kundalini. Jai Shri Mataji. We're going to go on to listen to Shri Mataji as she takes us through a breathing exercise. So just pay attention to your awareness with your palms on your lap, keeping your attention on your Sahasrara as Shri Mataji talks about thoughtless awareness.
So that they get enlightened and your wish is fulfilled. Because emotions are nothing but wishes. These are unfulfilled wishes. Now, how they do it otherwise is also this way, that you take up these emotions and put them. So that is, these emotions are actually the left side, as I said, is the desire. So the desire is taken, any desire, and is put in the prana. Now how do you put it on the prana? That you control your prana. That's why they do pranayamas. See, like you sit down now very comfortably. Now you have a desire to put your attention to that. Attention is very important. See. Now this attention is to be put onto the prana. So the emotions are there, and then bring those emotions and put them into your attention. Means they are now, you are aware of them. Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now, try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. For a long time, then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright, try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions, keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See the Kundalini rises? Now, when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between, which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. Attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. It's better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle down. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it. It's lost. It's no more there. So what is happening? Actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought.
Now let us sit with our eyes closed and let us meditate together. Let us bring our attention to our center channel. And our Muladhara. Mother Kundalini, please make me innocent. And let us bring our attention to our Swadhisthana. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. And now to our Nabi. Mother Kundalini, please make me satisfied and balanced. And now to our void. Mother Kundalini, please make me my own master, my own guru. And now to our center heart. Mother Kundalini, please make me fearless. And now to our Vishuddhi. Please make me a detached witness. And now to our Agya. Mother Kundalini, please make me able to forgive. And now to our back agya. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me for anything I may have done, knowingly or unknowingly, against my spirit. And now with the palm on the top of our head, let us ask Mother Kundalini, please establish my self-realization. Please take me into a state of meditation. Now let us bring our right hand down to our lap. And let us meditate in silence for a couple of minutes. With our attention at Sahasrara. And now if we could listen to Mother's talk.
I'm happy that you all were meditating here and were trying to develop your depth. You all have depth, a very deep personality within yourself. But we have to touch that. That's very important. Because, you see, we sing, have music, that's a very good thing. We enjoy each other's company also is very good. And that's a nice thing. But we have to enjoy our own company also. By meditating, going within yourself. Now, what is the use? One may ask, Mother, now we have got realization, we have a nice life, we are enjoying ourselves, we are doing so well. The deeper you go, the deeper you touch the essences of all the things, like all the elements. When you had finished your meditation, you saw how the rain fell down, how the rain came suddenly. So rain has felt your depth, or you have felt the depth of rain. Now you know that if you light one little candle and put your finger towards it, with my photograph there, it acts, it reacts, and it gives you a flame which burns, sometimes gives you smoke, sometimes it gallops. So you have noticed that there's a reaction even in the fire. So all elements have got an effect if a saint wants to have an effect. But first of all, you must reach your own essences. Once you reach your own essences, then you reach the essences of all the elements. And then you can handle all the elements as you like, or you can order them as you like. First, they will act, expressing that they have been touched. Like today, the rain came, pouring down. Then later on, you can command, and you can ask the rain to come, to work out many things of that kind. We have to be deep. We have to go much deeper within ourselves to touch our essences. That is, you know very well that all our chakras are made out of these essences. And when we go deep into ourselves, what we find that we can touch the elements very well. While doing so, actually we move horizontally. When we start moving horizontally, at the core of it, we find that there are these essences placed. And these essences then start exciting the essences across. Like in the radio, you have seen there's ether. Now, when you speak on one side of the radio, it gets completely manifested in the essence of the ether, and then everybody can hear it. Now when you people just give a bandhan, sometimes you find that you have communicated with another person. But that's only the essence of the ether, or we can say the subtler of the subtlest. People have only gone onto the subtler side, we can say, by science, but you go to the subtlest side, and that subtlest side gives you all these effects. Now you have seen also that in some of the photographs, suddenly you find light coming out of my head, or there's somebody shown us with a light, somebody's from the head, the light is coming. You have seen all this. This is done also by the same method. But here, the deities, like Vishnu Maya, works out. She's very active, she works it out, she does all these things. And you know that also, that when they gave me once a beautiful crown in Switzerland, in the sky, they got the photograph of the same, very beautifully done. The crown was there, Fatima's crown, my face, my eyes and everything so clearly. All this is done by Vishnu Maya. So all the essences are working out for you, as well as all the deities are working out for you. They are very anxious that these things should be done, and you are the channels for them to work it out. Now, for example, as I told you the other day, if you don't keep yourself all right, a simple thing I told you to put in the nose some ghee. It's a very simple thing, but that helps me a lot, because that helps my Vishuddhi. But if you don't do it, I suck in any case. Whatever problems you have, I suck in. I suck in the problem of Sahaja Yogis, also the problem of the city where I am, also the problem of the country where I am, maybe of the whole universe. But my horizontal movement is quite large and is very subtle, and I do it quietly. But you must also understand that you can do a lot by your horizontal movement. By horizontal movement, what happens? That you start meditating on a particular subject, which is a very bothersome subject and which is for the destructive of humanity. Anything, you just put your attention to it and meditate. If you are that deep, that means if your caliber has improved to that extent, you will immediately put an effect on that. Immediately you will see there will be a change. There will be something happening in that direction. This is your power, which you have to actually develop. So we have to meditate, and by meditation we develop that strength within us. So automatically we start solving the problem. Like our antennae grow up to that point. The way we are strong inside, they grow outside to help so many things which are to be helped. Now you see that people are realizing that the world is in a great mess, and there are lots of problems that have come through materialism, through wrong thinking, through emotional thinking, through stupidity, we can say. We have no time for all this. What we have to do is to develop ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper, so that on horizontal plane also we are effective. Sahaja Yoga, first of all, is for personal improvement, is for the inner improvement as far as the personal side is concerned. Means your intelligence must improve, your temperament must improve, your heart must clear out, your feelings must be all right, then you should, your health should be all right, then your relationship with others should be all right, your ego should go away, your superego should go away. All these things are there. But this only helps a personality, just a personality that is very limited, that is yourself. But now this personality can become an instrument if you can develop that depth within yourself. But normally what happens, people are very much still worried about themselves, say about their wives, about their children, about their husbands or their household or this and that. These are not important things, because we have to be those instruments which are what you call them like pilotless bombs. We have to develop that depth within us. That depth is possible, and you can really cure many problems of your country if you could just meditate on that. Now for today, I had actually sucked in most of the problems which I felt were there in Canberra, and later on in that conference, and later on here. All these problems came into my understanding, I would say, and I was trying to work on them. My working style is different because I have very sharp and very effective instruments, but I have to pay attention to it, and I a little bit suffer also, doesn't matter. Now for you also, it is important that you also develop those deeper feelings within you, deeper sense within you. But mostly people are very superficial type. They just think about their body, their impressions, how they carry themselves. At the most they think we have to be very legal-minded, or we have to be at the most not drinking, not smoking, and all these things are achieved and we have achieved everything. But I think that is not so. And second point is that we think that if we love each other, if we love mother, that is the end of everything. It's not true also. Because your love for me is there, no doubt, and it should be intense, it should be deeper. But the deeper you go into that love, then you will be surprised how you receive a special quality of correcting the things that are wrong around you. Gradually that quality improves. For example, a Sahaja Yogi goes to anybody's house, that house must become auspicious. But such a surgery must have a good heart. If the heart is not good, in the heart there is still anger, passion, lust, greed, then such a heart won't effect. But a person who has purified himself, if he goes into any family, any household, any society, the whole change will take place. The circumstances will change. Things that do not work out will start working out immediately. Like they said, Mother, as soon as you sent from this Sunday, everything started working out. As far as the television is concerned and radio is concerned. I didn't do anything, in a way. But that should happen with you also. Wherever a saint goes, things are changing. But you have to be a saint. And a saintly person has a very deep understanding of another person. And this is what it is lacking. We don't have that deep understanding for each other. Then even if you have for some of your own friends, or maybe in the same ashram that you are staying and all that, but it should deepen much more. It should go further and further. Now even if you think of me, it works out. It's the other way around also. But first of all, the meditative process should be increased. We all must meditate. That is very important. Meditate sincerely. Not just because we have to meditate, but because we have to be deep, we have to grow within, to express our great powers of divine love, to correct so many things, which you can do very easily. I know you all can do it. There's no need to have big degrees for that, big education for that. Nothing is needed. What is needed is a deep feeling of love for the whole universe. And that changes. All destructive forces change their course, and it is then for the constructive force. Well, on the whole, that works out much faster if you all do that meditation with sincerity, with intensity, with understanding. Alright? May God bless you.
Now let us continue meditating whilst listening to a piece of music. Now may I pass back to Verenia.
Okay, thank you, Lucy. Before we finish off for this evening, I'd like to raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan again. So looking at our left palm, raising our left hand up and wrapping the other hand up and around it. And tying a knot at the top of our head. That's one. And again. The second channel. So we keep our attention at Sahasrara, tie 2 knots. And again a third time. Tie 3 knots. And placing our hand from doing a bandhan over the top of our head, doing a rainbow protection from our left hip to our right hip. I'll pass you back over to Abhinav. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Marenia. Thank you, Auntie Lucy, for a beautiful meditation. Thank you very much. And how are you all feeling today? Just as usual, I'd request you all to raise your palms and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And please ask Mother Kundalini to show it to you in your palms through vibrations, the state of your inner being, your chakras, your channels. Do you feel any cool breeze, hot sensations, any tingling? If you do, I hope you are maintaining your journals. Kindly make a note of that. As Shri Mataji also said in her speech today, the goal is ultimately thoughtless awareness. And as you all saw, this week was all about thoughtless awareness. All the knowledge of chakras, it's good to have that knowledge in the inner system, the subtle system, but it's ultimately the goal is to be in thoughtless awareness. And just by virtue of being in thoughtless awareness, you not only solve your own problems, as our Holy Mother Shri Mataji said, you solve the problems of everyone around you, your family members, your friends, your work colleagues, any place you go. You take away all those problems, you heal the place with your energy. And then when you come back at the end of the day, through your foot soak, you get rid of it. So yes, most importantly, I hope you all are meditating 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, followed by a foot soak. Sorry, foot soak before and then the meditation. And just by doing this, you will. I'm sure you all are doing it. But those who are not able to, who are busy with your schedule, I'd request you to just. All it takes is 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, and then you can be that sincere. This is all that it takes: sincerity and honesty with your own self, and you will feel it. It's something you feel it. You see for yourself. Mother Kundalini tells you through vibrations in your palms. I hope calmness prevails in you like this. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. Okay. So you can access all of these videos, the previous recordings on our, and of course other resources on our website, www.freemeditation.com.au/May22. You can stay connected with us on our WhatsApp group. And if you want a personalized attention from any of our yogis, just shoot us an email on 21daysmay22@gmail.com. Tomorrow's agenda will again be thoughtless awareness. And as you all know, this is the second last day. This was the second last day, and tomorrow is the last day of our 21-day Sahaja Yoga meditation. I hope you continue this journey even after that. We'll see, and if we'll discuss further if we can meet again through other ways and means. But thank you for joining us today. Let us open the floor for question and answers. I'd request you all to turn on your cameras, your microphones. If you have any doubts, please. Anyone? Any questions, any observations, any suggestions? You're most welcome. Howie, you want to say something?
Hey everyone, Shri Mataji. So happy to be here every day, just consistently, really appreciating the energy today. I think it's Auntie Mirenia, is it Mirenia?
Yes.
Beautiful voice. Yeah, just so much vibrations. Really grateful for Mother. And what else do I want to share? Oh, I guess a question. What are all your advice for kind of watching mothers talk and kind of sharing? Do you guys have like a watch party? I don't know, like what Australia does. So I'm really interested to
Auntie
know.
Lucy, you want to answer that?
I didn't quite catch the question. Could you repeat
Oh,
it?
yes, sure. So when watching mothers talk, is there sometimes like, do you gather, take notes together, share, compare notes, what mother has, said during the talk? Yeah, like what are some, I guess, ways to really absorb mothers, the pure knowledge? Yeah.
Yes. No, what do I find? I think it happens at that moment, in the moment of listening and being in thoughtless awareness when you kind of first hear that talk. Sometimes it kind of, we do share it. We do tend to share it, actually. I think we do. We do, because you're so they're all so beautiful, and they each time you go back to them, you hear something new.
Yes.
So, but the immediate feeling is to share. So we do tend to on WhatsApp, and or just amongst us, yes. And the links quite often in the videos in the top left hand corner or underneath, you'll see the year of when they were recorded, so they're quite easy to find. And so but I tend to, because there's just so many beautiful talks, you find that you come to one and then another one. Sometimes it's beautiful because shared almost the same talk the next, within a week, and then you hear something different again in a week later. So it never feels like you're listening to the same talk twice. It's really beautiful.
I think that's very well said, Auntie Lucy. I'll just like to add to that.
Yes.
It's surprising, Howie, how you watch different kind of videos, like random videos on YouTube, and you go on that rabbit hole of watching certain videos. It's the same with Shri Mataji's talks. What's the interesting part? Whenever you're watching or listening to her words, there's always a message connected to you, and only you would know that at that very moment, and it will give you a solution, and a solution that could be related, that you're thinking in your head or you're overthinking about something, and she'll give you an answer right on the spot, and you'll be like, how did she know that? That's my answer. That's everything what I wanted to hear. And it'll be surprising how you will be guided towards that talk. Either it'll come in your YouTube recommendations, or it'll be shared by some Sahaja Yogi in the WhatsApp group, or like I've got my mom, or she'll send me something. Like it's beautiful how Mother works out everything. So yeah. That's my 2 cents of how the divine works.
Varnika, I'll just add to that. Sometimes I get scolded by Shri Mataji
that happens a lot as well.
When I am digressing from the path, some talk just appears and I start listening to it, and I thought that, oh, she's actually scolded me.
Well, she's our mother, right? She knows everything. She gives us love, guidance, and sometimes scolds us as well.
Very, very rightly said. Thank you for the question, Howie.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
The next question is from Shivan, and she's saying, what does horizontal and vertical means? So just to answer that question, and others can add, I was just looking up in one of the Shri Mataji's speeches that what does that mean? So she said that vertical growth means our chakras are created, or in the evolutionary process, they are created vertically, means like Muladhara, then comes Swadhisthana, Nabhi and all, right? So when we are talking about vertical growth, it's about crossing these energy centers, the Kundalini crossing these energy center. That's what vertical means. But then Shri Mataji said, but in horizontal manner, or rather I'll just add those 3 lines, read those 3 lines. So now one has to know that this is the knowledge which is known through many Indians. Adi Shankaracharya, he has very elaborately written about Kundalini awakening and its manifestation. He has described all these centers. These centers are created within us during our evolutionary process in a vertical manner. But in a horizontal manner, your subtleness grows into various emotional, mental, and physical areas. So that's what Shri Mataji was trying to say in that speech, that vertical means our Kundalini rising through different centers and going up, 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 and up, However, when it comes to horizontal, then that movement of Kundalini, or that subtlety that within us, when it enters into that emotional, physical, and mental areas, that is what is horizontal movement. So Shri Mataji was saying that when you go to someone's place, the whole environment just changes by your presence. And that is what she's talking about, our horizontal movement, that when we are meditating, we should also grow horizontally so that our effect is felt by others, we can solve others' problems, and for that one has to really go deep within and touch the spirit within, and let that spirit manifest through our actions. So does that help, Shivon, to understand what's vertical and horizontal? Shri Mataji is trying to explain.
Very nice.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, and thank you for your other message. That also want to add that when you say Jago Kundalini Ma, I cried. It was one of the beautiful. It's one of my most favorite songs, and I've had a profound experience with that song before. It's magical and beautiful. Nice. Thank you for those kind words. Actually, it is a beautiful song.
Thank you, Howie, for your reaction. Mr. Riaz, I see you on the screen. You want to say something?
Yes, I have been very impressed with Sahaja Yoga from March, and I have been doing it. I still don't know very well how to raise the Kundalini and the.
You mean raising Kundalini, sir?
But I follow the 9 steps, which are the basic, which are introduced in the.
So what's the question, Riaz? That you're trying to awaken, but you haven't felt it, is it?
Is a little weak. So is it?
Yeah,
to the left upper abdomen, to the left shoulder. Then I go to the front of my forehead, and then to the top of the head. And so all these steps I follow with the words which follow them, because the words are very, very important, and the spirit behind those words is very important. So therefore I follow those, and I think it is having a very positive effect on me.
Great, sir. If you have a doubt, sir, can you go on a breakout room? now for a while? I said 5 minutes. What do you think?
Maybe Savik, can you jump
No,
in?
I have, in terms of the movement of the hand, the right hand goes out or does it go in?
We can put you in a
Kind of
breakout
things.
room, sir. We can just put you in a breakout room and somebody will just take you through it for 5 minutes if you're fine.
I think it's, if you can, just now, I think
Okay.
Yes, it's
Nika
left.
showed me how it is.
Uncle Riaz, its left hand stays still because we are raising the Kundalini vertically. And while we're raising it, our right hand is moving clockwise like that. And that's
Yes,
how the
okay.
movement goes,
Left hand goes in one straight line.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Left
you
hand
got
goes
it.
in one straight
Perfect.
line.
Perfect, you got it.
Okay. Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
All good.
Uh,
Another question Shivan had, unless, are you okay, Uncle Riaz? Are you fine with the answer? Before I move on to next.
Yes, I am. Thank you. I am
No
done.
worries. Cool. Okay.
yeah, and
The
excuse
next
me, I
question
have.
Shivan had. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll just
sorry.
finish with Shivan's question. I'm so sorry. With the breathing technique at the beginning with emotions, is it positive emotions or negative emotions to bring up to the surface? So to answer that question, no, it doesn't matter what emotions you have got. It is just that you pay attention to emotions while you are trying to control your breathing. Eventually, those emotions will merge into that prana, and the silence will prevail. So those emotions will vanish in a matter of time. So yeah, it doesn't matter which kind of emotions it's that. It is just the emotions Shri Mataji is talking about. So it's okay as long as you continue with breathing. Yeah.
Yes, Vinny, you were asking a question?
Yes. Thank you very much for today's session. I quite enjoy the beautiful singing. The singing present is so beautiful. Thank you, Melania. Thank you so much. And the rhythm of the last piece of music in today meditation is very fast. So I would like to know, can we use such as fast music in the future in our meditation?
I would like Sobik Bhaiya to answer that.
Oh God, okay. Winnie, thanks for the question. Actually, it all depends on what we feel on our vibrationary level. So music can be any music, but it should be able to put you into thoughtless state, the thoughtless awareness state. There could be quite fast music, but it could be so very, what do you call, in tandem with our energy centers, same frequency as our energy centers, that they just open them up and the vibrations flow. So it could be very slow music or it could be fast music. Music can be anything basically, but should be able to get in touch with our chakras within and get in sync with that and put us into meditation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sobik Bhaiya, for your answer. Yes, Riaz, sir, you were saying something.
I have one question. How would you define thoughtless awareness?
Mohan Bhaiya.
Yeah, thoughtless
What is your
awareness.
definition of thoughtless
As
awareness?
the word suggests, thoughtless, right? So when there is no thought in our mind, and you are being aware of that situation inside your mind, that is thoughtless awareness. So that's the literal meaning of it. But now when it comes to experience, as Shri Mataji said, that when you actually carefully pay attention to your thought process going in your mind, you will see that one thought comes, and after that thought there is a very small gap in between, and then the next thought comes. But you just have to be very alert to experience that small gap. And as you pay attention to that minute gap between the two thoughts, that gap becomes little larger and you can experience it even more. And as Kundalini rises above with more and more threads, that gap widens and widens, and it becomes so big that you can easily feel that presence of silence, between the two thoughts for a second, 2 seconds, and remaining in that between that two thoughts is thoughtless awareness.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Very good.
There's another question one of the new seekers is asked on YouTube, looks like. I am thankful to you. Awakening in, I don't know what the word says, but recently I started meditating. My workplace is very busy and noisy. And when I come home, I feel exhausted. Sometimes I'm unable to meditate and foot soak in the evening. Will it bring down my Kundalini? And will I have to go through the entire process or just try to meditate and it will automatically bring up the Kundalini to Sahasrara? Please guide. Yeah.
Auntie Merenia, would you want to answer that?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I was a bit distracted. Look,
You're on mute now.
Auntie, you're on mute.
Okay.
yeah.
Sobik, maybe, Auntie, you said you were distracted. So Sobik, you want to answer that maybe?
Okay, look, we all live in the society. We all work. And our workplaces are very different. Some places are noisy, some places are not. You are constantly pinged in some workplaces like I do get phone calls all the time. I'm talking to people all the time. So my attention is on talking with people, solving their problem. But what I found is even when doing that, if I'm too much involved with the problems, I am not able to find the solution easily. But if I'm detached, that is, if I am still in meditative state, that is the thoughtless state, all right? And in that detachment, if I am talking to somebody or solving the problem, then the solutions come easily. So the question of whether the Kundalini falls down or not is that Kundalini actually does not fall down. Okay? It does not go back to sleep if we are meditating every day. Only if there is a break in our meditation and we are not constantly touching the thoughtless state, then yes, Kundalini will be not interested anymore in giving us that state of meditation. So she will go into the sleep. But as long as we are meditating every day, that should not be a problem. At workplace, I have a small personal tip, I would say, which I also do every day, is I just take 10-second or 20-second break and just watch at the top of my head what is happening. Am I thinking a lot? Are any thoughts disturbing me or not? Or I am in thoughtless state. When I do that, I put my desires so that I go into the thoughtless state. And when I do that multiple times in a day, that desire manifests. And in certain course of time, like 2 or 3 days or 4 days or a week time, or maybe in 2 weeks time, the Kundalini automatically I can feel that Kundalini is automatically trying to put me into that state, even when I'm talking to somebody on the phone. And I just enjoy that state. So maybe give it a try. Just try to put your attention for 10-20 seconds, as many times as you remember during the day. That will just.
Could I add to that, Sobik?
Yeah.
Yes, please, Auntie.
Yes. So another thing that I found really helpful in a work situation is to look out of the window. If you're spending a lot of time on the screen, or if you're very busy talking, or so you're very active with either your voice or with your mind. So, and sometimes I will just go to a place where the focus moves from something that's either very close or on people and active things to something that's much further away. And I'll either look to the sky, or if I'm near water, I'll look at the water. So yes, it helps sometimes just for, even if it's a short time, it does make a difference. And the other thing is not to feel guilty. So if you miss 5 minutes, one day you miss, don't feel guilty about it, because that's, so no guilt. Yeah.
And also with practice, actually, you will see that you are meditating even in very noisy situations.
Yes.
So
I was about to say that.
the people are chatting and everything, but you are still in meditation. You can do that, believe me. But again, the trick is to put your attention at the top of your head and express that desire to your mother Kundalini that you want to go into that situation, go into that thoughtless state.
Yeah, Siobhan was sharing an idea. What she does is she will simply, she's saying that she will simply raise her hand like this and check on her head. And that itself just helps her, get the Kundalini back, or her attention back into the silent state. That's what she was sharing on the chat. I said, maybe you want to talk. You want to say more on that one, Siobhan, please?
So yeah, so trying to raise my Kundalini, giving myself a bandhan with my mind rather than my hands, so that people can't see what you're doing, but you're still kind of doing it with your attention, but not outside attention, inside attention. And sometimes when I give a bandhan like that, it actually feels stronger than when I'm doing it with my hands. So that helps me sometimes.
Beautiful.
That like you're using your attention to actually work that out. Yeah, that's really nice, actually.
That is actually a very good one, because I can vouch for that. That's helped me a lot in work situations, or any situation, or any difficult conversations in meetings where you're sitting in front of a lot of important people and you feel overwhelmed and intimidated and you don't know if you're going to say the right thing. That's when you put your attention inside, and like Siobhan said, try to put yourself, raise your Kundalini and put yourself in bandhan and magic.
And if I may just add to that, you can also give the other person who you're sitting with bandhan as well, with your attention.
Yeah.
And you then see the difference. For example, if you're meeting your boss, just give your boss a bandhan. then see.
How do you give a bandhan with the attention to somebody else? Do you do it on?
You just look at them, and the way you're giving
you were just
yourself.
giving yourself bandhan. Yeah, exactly what.
Okay.
You just look at the other person. For example, if I look at Abhinav right now, I'm just going to raise his Kundalini the way I'm raising my Kundalini. And
right, okay.
So it's all about visualization.
Your mind.
It's just that energy of love works on other, right? And then they also feel the love and respond back, in the lovely way. So that's what it is about. There is nothing more beyond that. It's just expressing our love to them, and they recognize that in their heart, and in anyone, like even a small kid, right? If you express the love to the kid, it reflects, or that gives that love back to us in a beautiful way, right? And then that beautiful relationship establishes and helps each other. Yeah, that's what it is about. Cool. So anyone got any more questions, clarifications to talk? We can end the session for tonight and see you tomorrow again.
We can ask Sabina. She's never spoken. Sabina, is she new?
No, she has been there for quite some time, but yeah, she hasn't spoken.
Sabina, you want to say something? If I'm pronouncing your name right, is it Sabina? Maybe she doesn't want to talk.
That's okay. No problem. So we are having last session tomorrow, and beyond that, if you are interested, we would like to know on our email that you are interested, and we may arrange a follow-up meditation series that might be once or twice a week, something like that. Or so we can an idea that it will be daily. It's just that half an hour, it will be not for entire 1 hour, but once a week we can have 1 hour session with you guys. So depending on what you choose and what you like, we can see also whether we can have many yogis leading that, So do let us know on our email ID. The email ID was shared in the resources earlier. It is 21 days May 2022 @gmail.com. So if you can, write back to us, it will be great. Yeah.
Sabina said something on the chat box.
No, that's so big. No, that's Shivan messaging saying thank you again for everything. Yeah, I would love this. So yeah, she's happy to have a follow-up meditation series again. But yeah, we'll get back to you on that one, Shivan. See how many are eager to do that. And
Sabina sent me a message. She says that she would like to receive some further information on her email ID. She
okay,
said,
so in that case, do we have her email ID?
I have. She sent it to me. I can.
Okay, can you copy that and send it on our group so we have that record?
Yeah. Thank you for reaching out, Sabina.
Yeah.
Somebody will message you.
Yeah, sure. Cool.